Alright, what's up, guys? So, I got a video request from C-Mac. He wants me to talk about how being born good looking changes everything. Yeah, I'll say when you're born good looking, you get treated better in society. People find you attractive from your face and your height, basically. That's what it is. And like, if you're a guy and you're good looking, women will treat you better. They want to be with you, because you have like those good looks and it's good genetics to them, And the thing is, like, if you're born good looking, I guess you get hate, you can get jealousy. That's the problem when you have good looks. Like, there will be dudes out there being jealous all because you were born good looking, and you'll get all this unnecessary hate, But at the same time, you get treated better, mostly. Society likes good looking men, And like, if you're not good looking guy, like, people will treat you unfairly. People will like not view you as valuable in society, in a sense, Like, even if like this person that isn't good looking has a really good personality, and the personality is better than like the really good looking guy, it's not gonna get taken seriously because of the looks, You need to have the height and face, or you have to have like a good looking face, or you just have to have that height, to be considered that, basically. So yeah, having good looks can change everything, And they never asked for those. They never asked for those good looks, basically. It was given to them by their parents, and genetics is random on how people receive them good looks, I don't think they deserve all this hate and jealousy where it's like envious and all that, But yeah, I mean, if a good looking guy is saying, I get these women because of game and I have a good personality, I don't think that's how you get women, because you're attractive, you're good looking, you got a face, you got the height, your personality is last, with that. Like, the same person that did have the looks was doing the same thing that attractive guy did, that person would have a hard time getting women, That's basically what it is. And having good looks does change everything, Like, you could be a good-looking neurodivergent, and you can be treated better than, unattractive neurotypical, Because looks matter the most, all the time. Then it's how you socialize. Like, if you're neurotypical or neurodivergent, the social skills. Then it's like your status, like your financial status or your social status. Like, in the beginning, like in school years, it's mostly social status, right? Because like those years, you don't have the ability to make money because of your age, But once you get older, it's mostly your financial status throughout your life. And yeah, your social status matters, but it's not as much. But then after that, it's like your personality. Your personality, your character, your empathy, all that shit doesn't matter, to people. And it's shallow. We're shallow creatures. Men are shallow, women are shallow, And people will deny that, basically, because they don't want to be viewed that. They don't want to, like, put someone down. Like, that's not what I'm trying to say. They don't want to tell the truth because it can hurt them, basically. Like, say the girl rejected the guy, she'll just make up something to make him feel good, but that girl rejected him because she didn't find him attractive physically with looks, you know? That's the truth. And that's what it is. We're shallow creatures. We're humans, you know? We're all, it's like that human urge to procreate, that's our biology right there. And we're trying to find the best genetics, men and women, you know? Women are more pickier than men with looks and what they want in a guy. Like, men are just not as picky, but thing is, we're both shallow though in different ways, and that's what's messed up about being a human, you know? You would think this world would be a better place if we weren't so shallow and go by looks all the time and how someone socialized and their status, you know? You just go by their personality, their character and stuff. The world would be a better place, but it isn't that way, unfortunately. Because we are like this, you know? We got this genitalia down there, and it makes us think that way, you know? Pretty messed up, you know? Humans are self-aware. They should be more intelligent and try to surpass, like, all this shallowness, but we all do it, though, you know? We all do it. Yeah, like, if you're a good-looking woman, it's even better, you know? If you're a good-looking woman, you're looked up to all the time, more than a good-looking guy, basically. Because I guess you're more valuable to the world. You bring babies to the world. That's what it is. And if you're a good-looking woman, you have good genetics, basically. And that's what men want, you know? That's basically what it is. Obviously, it's selfish to have kids, and even if it's a good-looking woman, the baby could still have bad genetics because of how random it is. And, like, say if the woman gets abused or something, she's good-looking, that can drastically change the genetic makeup, you know, for the kid being born, because it can have a disability potentially if that happens, you know. One little change could mess things up, even if the girl's, like, good-looking, you know. But besides all my rambling, like, if a good-looking woman is just treated better in a way, you know? But I guess the problem with being a good-looking woman is, like, you can have people bothering you all the time. A lot of times, if you're a good-looking woman, it's not genuine friendship, you know? Because guys are there for your looks, you know? And that's how shallow we are, you know? And women get all this attention. Women will take advantage of their beauty, and they'll draw in simps to give her money, you know? That's what being a good-looking woman is, and it's pretty easy for them to make money, you know? But, yeah, I could kind of understand what I guess they kind of can go through, not totally, so I mostly understand men's issues better. But a woman can get all this attention, and it's all from dudes that just want to get in her pants, you know? A lot of times, like the simps, you know? And it's not like they're after her for who she is, you know? So I guess that can be a hard thing right there. But I guess we'll go back to men. Like, I think, like, if you're a good-looking guy, it changes everything. It really does. And if you're low on the black pill, you won't get treated well in this life, you know? Unless you have, like, other things. Like, if you have the money, right? Or you have the social status. Or you have the social skills. But the thing is, like, when you are low on the black pill, it's actually harder to get that social status. So that's kind of difficult then. But if you have the money, I guess you can get treated better, but it's mostly transactional with a woman or from people just mooching off you, you know? It's not, a lot of times, it's not like a real attraction with a woman where it's genuine, or like it's not like a real friendship, basically, because people are after your money. You have a lot of money. People like that shit, you know? People will get jealous of you when you make a lot of money. People will hate you. People will do all this shit when you have money. If you are an unattractive guy that's has money, basically. But if you're a good-looking guy and you don't have money, you're good already, you know? Because looks matter the most, and you could be homeless and be a very attractive dude, and you'll get treated better than someone that isn't as attractive and makes money, you know? That's just basically what it is. And, yeah, having good looks is just everything, man. That's what women see in a guy. They see height, face. That's what they see. Then they have their preferences with race. That's it. You know? That's what I think, you know? They don't see personality from, like, a mile away, you know? How can you tell someone's personality from that? Like, a woman will see a guy from a mile away and be like, ooh, I like that, how his looks are, you know? That's basically what it is. Right? So, yep. Yeah, having the looks changes everything, man. I agree. I mean, we'll talk about more black pill stuff on this channel, you know? I mean, you guys can agree with what I have to say, disagree, hate, love, you know? But that's what I think with this thing. So, get you guys later.